pretty.
Yeah.
Gloria needs the padded cushion.
And I need a straighter back. That way they just.
Well, get down on the floor and I'll walk up. over there. How come I didn't see those today?
I don't know, because we've never put them away yet.
Yeah.
I got it going for you already.
Well, and then there's that bridge that you walk across.
Don't touch too many buttons, I'll be all right.
I got it all.
How you been?
Good.
Have a recycler.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Doctor Brown,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
What's that?
And there's
You
some
go to the
behind
doctor,
it.
Brown, I think they're gonna send you to go back to work and stuff, so. That's what they do with you. Since the kids are back in school,
Just
they
get
got an
it.
army
I
down
tried to
there
print
working
everything
anyway, but
outside.
I
I mean, it's the end of the month.
they got a couple of machines that don't run, so I can fix
And,
those.
yeah, the tax. We'll see. Deadline.
Yeah, you got.
That's
right. All about it.
It's always nice that bring
Yeah.
every meeting.
Yeah,
Hello.
and then find out the.
Yeah.
Miranda, how are you?
Nice. Lots of
How are
sticks,
you?
really good. How are you?
Good, pretty clean sounding name, isn't
Yeah,
it? Hygiene?
hygiene. Very.
That's
As
bad.
long as you have good hygiene and not bad hygiene.
Gene, do you know, didn't you have a birthday this month?
Yesterday,
Well, happy birthday, Jean.
Yeah, happy birthday. Belated.
75.
yeah.
I would have brought you a cake if I would have known.
Well, you can still bring me cake. No.
I remembered it was in August.
I didn't know that after all these years.
Well, I don't feel a day over 50. How's that?
Well, I remember when we got the big 15
Jeez.
party.
You ever hear
such a
live
Shoulder surgery. and whatever.
And then what happened?
Okay, now you know the rest of the story. I wonder where our plumber is tonight.
Good night.
Moved in here pretty
Slide in
quick.
here at 5:15.
You like that sign?
Yeah, good, it's a nice sign. Is it metal?
Yes, I've
Good.
carried it over here. and
Must be one of those laser.
I'm just hoping
Count
Gene, our
there.
red fascia holds it up. You know,
It will.
Chris will keep saying, it will.
It's not, they got it all fixed since our.
Well, shall we get the meeting started, folks?
Yes, it will.
Yes, please do.
This meeting will now come to order. We'll have the roll call. George,
Here.
Reagan,
Here.
Gene,
Here.
Ed,
Here.
and Roxy.
Here.
Let's say the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to remind everybody that this meeting will be audio recorded. And is there any public comment at this time for items not on the agenda? Consent agenda. Approval of the following. A, Three Forks Rodeo Arena board claims to be paid. B, city claims to be paid. C, zoning and planning board minutes of 6/18/2025. D, Jefferson River Flood Mitigation Project FEMA, draw number 3 for $48,898.65. E, water project, draw packet number 33 for local fiscal recovery, draw number 28 in the amount of $6,967.61. Are there any questions on the consent agenda?
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any questions from the public? Okay, thank you. Then we'll have the vote. George,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
Gene,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
and Roxy.
Yes.
Okay, our next item will be public hearings. And the first will be a public hearing and decision on a resolution to adopt the revised capital improvement plan. City of Three Forks, Montana, resolution 45 to 2025. Hello, Garrett. Resolution adopting the amended capital improvements plan. Whereas the city council adopted resolution number 427/2024, a resolution of intent to adopt the capital improvements plan CIP on August 13th, 2024. Whereas at the public hearing to adopt the CIP, the council directed the budget committee to review the projects annually to learn if any could be added to the upcoming fiscal year's budget. Whereas the budget committee met on June 3rd, 2025 and reviewed the potential projects for the fiscal year 2025 through 2026 budget, and they made note of the projects already completed. The committee reviewed the complete list of projects and pages 56 to 58 of the CIP and made the following amended recommendations. The dual band mobile radios were purchased in fiscal year 2025, moved the subdivision regulations estimated completion to fiscal year 2026, fire hall expansion and wayfinding signage plan was included in the fiscal year 2026 budget. Long range transportation plan and wastewater treatment plant solar panel system was included in the fiscal year 2026 budget. The rodeo grounds, additional bleachers for fiscal year 2027. Stevenson Park sidewalks pushed to 2027. This Village Park Pond number 1 water quality was pushed to fiscal year 2028. Stormwater preliminary engineering report and RV dump were pushed to 2028. The combined city facility PAR to fiscal year 2029. Ongoing park maintenance will be done annually, but the committee felt it good to keep it in the CIP. Whereas Great Western Engineering has updated the capital improvements plan to reflect the recommended changes on behalf of the city attached hereto and labeled Exhibit A, which includes an additional paragraph on page 14 to describe the estimated cost based on low build out density. Updated the wastewater narrative section, page 23, with new cost estimates based on low build out. Added sentences on page 56 to reference the updates and will be provided in Appendix F, updated table 15, also on page 56, with the new wastewater cost updated Appendix D on page 40, with the new cost estimates, and added Appendix F on page 119 to reflect the priorities and status based on the Budget Committee's comments. Whereas pursuant to section 7-1-4127 MCA, the city clerk published the notice of this resolution in the Bozeman Daily Chronicle on 8/9 and 8/19/2025, in the Belgrade News on 8/14/2025, and in the Three Forks Voice on 8/13 and 8/20/25, as well as posted on the city's website, Facebook page, City Hall window, and around town at various physical locations, as is a city policy. Whereas the resolution in Exhibit A supersedes and repeals all other versions of the capital improvements plan. Now therefore be it resolved by the Three Forks City Council, it hereby adopts the capital improvements plan of 2024, updated July 2025, and intends to be a dynamic document that is reviewed and updated at least annually during the budget approval process, dated this 26th day of August 2025. Council, do you have any questions on this document, resolution 452?
I'll make a motion to approve the city, sorry, Gene.
Kelly, would it be appropriate now to mention those two items about the parks?
Probably during the budget.
Okay,
Okay, now I'll make a motion to approve the City of Three Forks Resolution number 452, 2025. Resolution adopting the amended capital improvements plan.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Does the public have any comment? Okay, then, we will have the vote. George?
Yes.
Reagan?
Yes.
Jean?
yes,
Ed?
Yes.
Garrett?
Yes.
And Roxy?
Yes.
Our next item is a public hearing and decision on a resolution adopting and establishing the mills to be levied, designating the percentage breakdown to the state of Montana, entitlement share, and designating the breakdown for local option tax for fiscal year 2025 through 2026. Okay. City of Three Forks, Montana, resolution number 453, 2025, a resolution of the Three Forks City Council adopting and establishing the mills to be levied, designating the percentage breakdown for the state of Montana entitlement share, and designating the breakdown for the local option tax for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending July 30th, 2026. Whereas pursuant to section 15-10-420 MCA, a governmental entity that is authorized to impose a mill levy sufficient to generate the amount of property taxes actually assessed in the prior year, plus 1/2 of the average rate of inflation for the prior 3 years. Whereas the Department of Revenue provided the city with a certified value of a mill for its taxing jurisdiction under section 15-10-202 MCA being $4,076.06 per mill. This is a reduction of $1,453.96 per mill from the last fiscal year. Whereas the city of Three Forks has determined the number of authorized mills to be levied using calculations imposed by section 15-10-420 MCA. Whereas per section 15-1-121 MCA, the city of Three Forks receives quarterly payments from the state of Montana for the city's entitlements, fees, tax collections, and other revenue in the state treasury. Whereas per section 15-64-102 MCA, local option marijuana excise taxes are distributed to the counties and calculated using actual tax collected during the collection period. Distributions to Three Forks from the Gallatin County will be used as revenues for the Headwaters Trail System for fiscal year 2025 through 2026 per the treasurer's recommendation. Whereas the 2025 legislature via Senate Bill 542 amended section 15-10-420 MCA, requiring governing bodies to make a choice for calculating mills based on the dollar base or property taxes assessed in the fiscal year. The Montana League of Cities and Towns suspects that most entities will go with the dollar levy option. The city treasurer recommends adopting the method in section 15-10-421A MCA, transitioning a voted mill levy to a dollar-based mill levy equal to the amount of property taxes assessed in fiscal year 2025 and thereafter. Whereas per section 61-3-537 MCA, the city of Three Forks receives a monthly payment with all other county tax payments received a portion of the Gallatin County's local option motor vehicle tax, which is a portion of city registration fees, of vehicle registration fees based on our population. Whereas pursuant to section 7-4024 MCA, the Budget Committee held meetings open to the public on June 3rd and August 18th, 2025. Three Forks City Council held public hearings on August 12th and 26, 2025, on the proposed budget of the Three Forks of City of Three Forks for the fiscal year 2025 through 2026 as required by law. Whereas pursuant to section 7-6-4121 MCA, the city clerk advertised the date, time, and location of the budget committee meetings on the city's website, city hall window, and local areas as is public policy. The city clerk also advertised the city council preliminary budget public hearings in the Bozeman Daily Chronicle on July 22nd and August 5th, in the Belgrade News, and on July 24th and August 7th, in the Three Forks Voice on July 30th and August 6th, and then advertised the adoption of the final budget in the Chronicle on August 9th and 19th, the Belgrade News on August 14th, and in the Voice on August 13th to 20th, 2025, as well as posted this notice on the city's website and Facebook page, on the city hall window, at the post office, and at the three local banks. Whereas under the city's treasurer's review and preparation of the budget for fiscal year 2025 through 2026 with the budget committee, city clerk and mayor, the city treasurer, made a recommendation to the budget committee and the mayor to split the state entitlement and split the local option tax. Whereas the 69th Montana legislative session passed Senate Bill 542, requiring that taxing entity with a local mill levy limit of specific number of mills that may be imposed, which was authorized by the voters before May 13th, 2025, shall elect one of the two methods to recalculate those mills. Whereas the taxing entity may either elect to A, transition a voted mill levy to a dollar-based mill levy equal to the amount of the property taxes assessed in the fiscal year 2025, and thereafter subject to the provisions of section 15-10-4201A or B, levy the number of mills in fiscal year 2026 that will generate the amount of property taxes assessed in the fiscal year 2025. In fiscal years after 2026, the local government may levy an amount not to exceed the number of mills levied in the fiscal year 2026. Whereas the city of Three Forks has the voter-approved mill levies that were authorized before May 13th, 2025. The fund number 2220, Library Operating Fund, 3.3 mills voted in 2004, which equates to $16,737.82. 2340 Fire Control Capital Improvements Fund, 5.5 mills voted in 2001, which equates to $30,686. Fire Relief Agency Fund, 1.5 mills voted in 2009, which equates to $8,368.91. Now therefore be it resolved by the Three Forks City Council that 1, the voter approved mill levies below will be transitioned to a dollar-based mill levy equal to the total authorized and Valerum tax revenue assessment in fiscal year 2024 and 2025, therefore subject to the provisions of section 15-10-4201A MCA, and the total ad valorem tax revenue assessed for fiscal year 2024 and 2025 for the voter approved mills is listed above. Hereafter, the Three Forks City Council may levy up to the amounts above plus the rate of inflation provided for in section 15-10-4201A MCA. For fiscal year 2025 through 2026, the Three Forks City Council will levy the above dollar amounts for the voter approved mill levies. Be it further resolved, as established by section 15-10-420 MCA, the Three Forks City Council authorized mills to be set at $111.70, and pursuant to section 15-10-4201A MCA for the fiscal year 2025 through 2026. Be it also resolved by the Three Forks City Council that it accepts the city treasurer's recommendation to split the state entitlement as follows in Exhibit A. Percentage 85% to the general fund number 1,000, 4% to the library operating fund, fund number 2220, 11% capital improvement street flood, fund number 4004, and finally, be it resolved that by the Three Forks City Council that it accepts the recommendation of the city treasurer to split the local option motor vehicle tax as percentage 90% to the general fund 1,000, 10% to the library operating fund, fund number 2220, dated this 26th day of August 2025. Council, do you have any questions for Kelly?
Yeah.
Crystal?
You mean me? Sorry, you said Kelly, so I was looking at Kelly.
No,
You-
he has.
In
questions
number-
for me.
In number 1, when the now therefore be it resolved, and it says the voter approved mill levies below, I think should say above. And it's not $111.70.
Okay.
It's 111 mills, 111.7 mills. A mill is
Okay.
worth 4,000, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Those are mills.
and I see a missing period at the end of that sentence, so I'll fix that too.
I think Kara had a question.
Here,
Yeah, just wanted to make sure I have a basic understanding of what's going on here. The reason for the reduction in the value per mill was the change in the state law and the evaluation for that.
The valuation, I think, on primary residence, long-term rentals compared to short-term rentals and vacation homes.
So that was and that's just a state law that changed, and so that is how it is calculated, period.
Throughout the years, they go up and down.
Mhm.
Usually when they go down, you get more mills.
Okay.
They go up, you get less mills, and the calculations are all figured. They send a spreadsheet out that we fill in. Like this year, even though the mills went down, last year we only collected 79 mills, basically, we're getting 111. It's a difference of about $10,000 more this year than last year is the difference.
Okay. That was my big question. I just wanted to make sure I was understanding what was going on there.
That was my question
I
too.
have a historical spreadsheet since like the 80s till now on what the mills have been and what we've charged. If you ever want to see it,
You should make that a chart.
Only if it's a sweet graph.
it's a spreadsheet, but I can probably make it into a graph.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And I had one other question, if I can remember. I didn't write that one down though. Oh, I can't remember. It must not have been that important. Thank you.
So what's gonna happen next year
In-
with this change in the system?
I mean, with how they're calculating everything. I don't know.
I was sort of under the impression that it's fixed.
It's fixed until the next legislature and then it could be changed.
So we're stuck with this at least for 2 years.
Right, unless they change it for the way they're calculating mills, yes. Does everyone understand the new Senate bill, 542 that's in here about the voted mills? Because that is a big change this year.
I don't understand. That was my next question about the
So,
difference between, like, would the state be able to vote for more mills, or is that kind of like locked in right now?
those are things that the community of Three Forks voted on.
Okay.
The
understood.
3 mills for the library was voted on in 2004, so they've always gotten 3 times whatever the mill value is.
Okay.
They decided, because mills have gone up consistently recently until this year, the legislature didn't want to give a fixed number of mills. They wanted to change it to dollar amounts, or you could do it based on property values, but they said, the League of Cities said Big Sky is probably the only community that would benefit from doing it that way. So what we had to do is see what we've taxed last year, and that's what we can tax, that's what we have to tax this year, or we can tax 0 on those 3 voted mills.
Okay.
And then going forward, they can only increase by the 0.5% of inflation, like our other, the general fund, what the general fund gets, they can only grow that much each year. So now it won't be 3 mills at this, like this year, since our mill dropped, the library is actually getting 4.11 mills. So they're getting more mills this year, even though they changed it to not, they wanted it to be more consistent and not be so varying and not go up as quickly. But it's actually more mills than what we have in voted mills this year because the mill value dropped so much. So that's new. It always has been, the library got 3 mills, the fire capital improvement, which is for the next fire truck that we need, was always 5.5 mills. And then the Relief Association, it was anywhere from 10 mills on down, whatever we needed. It was approved to do 10 mills. We've only been doing 1.5 or 2. But this now sets a dollar amount, and it can only increase by the 0.5% of inflation going forward. So anybody that has voted mills, they've negated that. The community might have voted on 3 mills. That's not what the library gets anymore.
It follows this new formula.
When we vote in mills so long ago, they go on forever?
Some of them are in perpetuity.
Yes,
Some
these
of them
3
have-
are perpetuity.
Okay, and that was voted on back then.
It was voted on in those years that they were voted. Yeah, when the voters saw it on the ballot, it was voted to forever get that. But the legislature said, no, it's not gonna be 3 mills forever. It needs to be dollar based. So any going forward, if we were to try to pass a new mill levy, say for the library.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be 3 mills. It would be raising $20,000, which is approximately 5 mills. So it has to be on a dollar value and then go only up by the rate of half the rate of inflation. Because they just, like last year, the library, let's see, what was it 2 years ago? So I mean, last year with the mills going up so much, they got probably 5,000 more than they did the year before. So when you had a set number of mills, when your mill value jumps, you get a lot more money than the general fund or the other funds that we have that aren't voted because they have a cap on how much they can increase. So the legislature, probably not Three Forks wasn't the cause of it, but other communities had a lot of voted mills, and the community said, wait, you're getting a whole bunch of money and we're paying that price. We want it, and taxes are a big thing and people want them lower. So they changed it now that the voted mills, even if they were passed as a certain number of mills, it now equates to a dollar amount.
So why did the value of the mill go down?
I think it's because they're changing how they're taxing. If you have a primary residence or long-term rental, you're getting a tax break this year in your property taxes is the theory. If you have a short-term rental or a vacation rental, second home, you're gonna pay more in taxes.
But the assessed value didn't change.
Somehow how they calculated it, I don't know. Something in the legislature
Okay,
changed how it's calculated.
A year ago, everybody was up in arms because of the new evaluations that came out. Everybody's property jumped up because of, I blame it on the real estate people, but I don't think it's fair to do that. But I mean, prices did go. I mean, houses in Three Forks that were maybe 70,000 are now 300,000. Whether or not that's right, but that value hasn't went down.
They changed how they calculate it, and I honestly don't know. I know on the Senate bill from 2 years ago where we have to compare on $100,000 house, $200,000 house, and $600,000 house, it was always using a mill that was 1.35. Well, this year it's 0.76. So last year's where we compare it to is 1.35, but this year's is 0.76. So when we get to that, all of ours are negative because it's showing that we're taxing less to each house based on the value. So it's something that they used in the legislature on how to calculate the mills is cut. And I don't know that.
Seems like kind of a sleight of hand.
It kind of is because it seems like the mills went down, but we're still getting 10,000 more, but it's spread across all the properties in the community. So if you take it as a straight even thing, it would be $10 a property is all that $10,000 would be, because there's about 1,000 properties in the city limits. So it's not per property. If you look at it that way, it's based on size and value, but I've never really understood how the mill value is calculated. I know some of it's on new properties being built, but the rest of it, I don't know how they do it.
Well, I was reading an article in the paper the other day, and it was an opinion piece by a rancher farmer who said that they were the only people in the state that didn't get their taxes lowered. In fact, they went up, which is, historically, agriculture has usually been the lower thing. So evidently this, because of, I was trying to figure this out, because of new homes, rental homes, whatever, they didn't get any benefit from that. And so he was complaining that the legislature and the governor were saying they had cut your taxes, and whereas in agriculture, the taxes actually went up.
And then that might be explained when I went to the municipal, the one that we went to, Kelly Lynch was trying to explain it in a table, and anything under a certain value did get a break, but anything over a certain value, if it was worth over $1 million, your rate was changing from whatever, 1.35 to 5% instead. And so they're making it up on the bigger properties, I'm guessing.
Agriculture.
But I don't understand.
Yeah, the agriculture is more valuable, so it's being taxed higher.
Yeah.
I think in the thought behind it is to make housing more affordable, like rentals and primary residences. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
That's if the landlord roars for rent because of the taxes.
The landlords, yes, but,
Okay, well, my other concern is there something here? I mean, what's gonna happen next year? We don't know. And so even if it's good, bad, or indifferent, there's nothing we can do about it until the legislature meets in January of that year.
yeah.
And so,
Since I've been here, it's usually if the mill goes up, we get less mills, and we're always 10 to 20,000 more each year in taxes is what we've gotten on our main one. I mean, that'll change with these 3 changing because they'll now be included in that. But we've always gotten more every year. So even though the mills have dropped at times, but how they're calculating it now and what it'll do for next year. The only good thing is we have 12 and soon to probably be 24 units in the work live being built. So that'll add to our new construction because they've got 12 of them started.
Right.
Somebody else bought those concrete pads and is building them. So we'll have that tax base coming in next year. So that'll help. But
okay.
what'll happen next year, I don't know. Wish I could answer that.
Well, the problem with taxes, and everybody likes to play taxes, but the legislature has made it so complicated on how it's figured that, I mean, really, if you study that, I know some people that are pretty smart and they struggle. And I mean, I've tried for years to figure out how the legislature comes up with that percentage, and they can't tell you how they came up with that percentage.
Yeah. All I know is
They just
dropped
picked
it.
a number out of the sky and then worked out of it. And that's the truth.
Well, I'm pretty sure their calculations involve 3 beeswax candles, some sage, and chicken.
Well, the problem is that it makes it so difficult to plan. I mean, we're all, considering the amount of money that the city takes in, that we can only actually, in a sense, plan for 1 year. We can't really get too far out there because we really don't know what's gonna happen.
We usually start out planning to only get what we got last year.
Yeah.
And then when we actually get the amount, then we go from there.
Okay, I'll quit whining.
But if it ever goes down the next year, then we'll start out having to cut
Yeah.
stuff.
Is there any public comment?
Other than mine.
Sage and the sweetgrass, smoke going up.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion to accept this?
I make a motion that we approve resolution number 453, 2025. A resolution of the Three Forks City Council adopting and establishing the mills to be levied, designated the percentage breakdown for the state of Montana entitlement share, and the designating the breakdown for the local option tax for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. We'll have a vote. George,
Yes.
Reagan,
Yes.
Jean,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
Garrett,
Yes.
and Roxy.
Yes.
Motion's been passed. Okay, our next item is a public hearing and decision on adopting the fiscal year 2025-2026 budget. City of Three Forks, Montana, resolution number 454-2025, a resolution of the Three Forks City Council adopting the budget for fiscal year 2025 through 2026.
That's the fixed one.
Thank you. Whereas section 7-6-4031 MCA allows the governing body to amend the preliminary budget after the public hearing and after considering any public comment and pursuant to section 7-6-4032 MCA, the amended budget constitutes the final budget which shall be adopted by resolution. Whereas pursuant to section 7-6-4021 and 4024 MCA, the city clerk advertised the date, time, and location of the budget committee meeting on June 2nd, 2025 on the city's website, city hall window, and local areas, as is city policy. The clerk also advertised the city council preliminary budget public hearings in the Bozeman Daily Chronicle on July 22nd and August 5th, 2025, in the Belgrade News on July 24th and August 7th, 2025, in the Three Forks Voice on July 30th and August 6th, 2025, as well as posted this notice on the city's website and Facebook page, on the city hall window, and post office and at the three local banks. Whereas the city received its certified taxable valuation from the Department of Revenue on August 6, 2025. Whereas pursuant to Senate Bill 332 in the 2023 legislative session, the legislature required all governing bodies to declare whether an increase will occur in property taxes due to calculation in section 15-10-420 MCA. The governing body must show the values of the taxes for missing mills, none for Three Forks, and voted mills respective for a home valued at $100,000, $300,000, and $600,000, and will be included in the fiscal year budget. Now therefore be it resolved by the Three Forks City Council pursuant to section 7-6-4012 MCA, we hereby approve the combined fee-based budgets for the water and sewer utility funds in the amount of $3,319,415. Be it further resolved pursuant to section 7-6-4006 and 7-6-4032 MCA, the city council hereby authorizes adjustments to the appropriations of fee-based budgets as determined by the city council throughout the year. Based upon the required calculations in section 15-10-420 MCA, the city must state the change to the taxpayer for homes valued at $100,000, $300,000, and $600,000 respectively. The estimated values will be reduced by $22.70, $68.11, and $136.22 for non-voted mills, and reduced by $3.10, $9.29, and $18.58 for voted mills for the above values respectively. Here is be it further resolved pursuant to section 7-6-4034 MCA, the city of Three Forks hereby approves the following budget expenditures for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2025 and ending June 30th, 2026. Now we'll go through the fund names. Fund 1000 General Fund, $1,004,798. Three Forks Rodeo Arena Fund, $539,923. Library Operating Fund, $185,557. Impact fee fire fund, $55,000. Street lighting district number 1, $31,500. Street district, maintenance district number 1, $98,000. Ridgeview subdivision street maintenance fund, $3,600. Parks special projects, $13,000. Gas tax appropriation, gas tax apportionment. I'm sorry, I got tangled up there. $212,000. Headwaters Trail Fund, $266,550. SID number 34, Jefferson Flood Mitigation, $558,463. Library Capital Reserve Fund, $8,000. Streets Flood Capital Improvements Fund, $7,267,000. Park Capital Improvement Fund, $22,000. Fire Capital Improvement Fund, $37,620. Water Utility, $1,089,094. Water impact fees, $160,000. Water project 2019, $3,137,000. Sewer utility, $2,230,321. Wastewater upgrade project, $61,105. Sewer impact fee, $350,000. Fire relief agency, $17,490. Court technology surcharge, $300. So see Exhibit A for accounts details of revenue budget, and Exhibit B for account details for expenditure budget. Approve this 26th day of August 2025. Council, do you have any questions to ask either Kelly or Crystal? Eric?
I just got one basic question. When you look at the Exhibit A, the net budget, down at the bottom, the totals, shows us that we're in the hole, $3,030,603. Is that for like one-time expenditures for large projects coming out of savings, or is that pulling out of savings for normal operation for the town?
It is for big projects. Normally, we don't want to budget more than we're bringing in.
Right.
The biggest one, and I still haven't got an answer from auditing, for our flood mitigation. We're gonna probably be about $1 million short. We don't know for sure because we don't know all the costs yet. So instead of borrowing from the state revolving fund, because there's fees involved there and you pay an administrative fee with every payment, I'm proposing we borrow money out of the sewer account, because our sewer account is flush until we have the PER done and we have to do a big project. I calculated I think it's an 8-year loan at 2%, which is about what the state revolving fund is, paying back a yearly payment into sewer. So we would pay ourselves interest. I believe we can do that, but I do need to check before we actually do it. So that's in the budget for the sewer. It's showing $1 million or so coming out of sewer, and that would go to the floodplain project. If we can, and I know we can borrow, I'm just not sure if we can borrow from our enterprise funds. I think we can, as long as we pay the interest, but I want to double check that. So that's the big one, is taking the money out of there to do the flood mitigation project, and the payments for that will be paid out of the SID. We have about 200,000 that comes in from the SID, which was going to be a 20-year SID. And if we did 8 years to pay back the loan and we collected it 2, it would only be a 10-year, and then we stop charging it. So that's the biggest one, is with all these projects coming to an end, we've got cash that we've stockpiled, and now we're spending it on these things. So that's the reason it shows 3 million, spending 3 million more than we're bringing in. That's not a typical thing that we would want to do.
Just wanted some clarification. Thank you.
Yep.
Reagan?
I just wondered with the, where is it, Parks Capital Improvement Fund? What, I should probably know this, but what are we spending that money on?
I have that pulled up because I figured someone would ask about parks. The Parks Capital Improvement Fund, Well, first, if we go up to the 2711 Park Special Projects, that's gonna be, we got money last year from the summer rec program to build a pavilion
Oh, yeah.
out of ponds, so
Yeah.
that's where we're paying for that out of. The regular Parks Fund, we bought 3 benches or 3 picnic tables to go under that pavilion. So those have already been bought. There's gonna be, we budgeted $10,000 for the wayfinding signs, like this one for the parks, and then how to get to all the parks. And then we did a seal coat on the parking lot out there, so that's out of the regular Parks Fund. And then out of the capital improvement account, we have 15,000 to replace the gazebo roof with metal. And then $7,000 for Sacagawea Park flower beds to redo them so that they don't have the water hitting all the bricks and discoloring them. So those are the main things coming out of the, oh, and then there's also money for the new backhoe. No, wait, I took that out. Yeah, I took that out. So the money coming through the backhoe, it's coming out of the park. You want to stand on any of those?
I can, a little bit, yeah. On the gazebo roof, what did you say we budgeted?
I budgeted 15 because we didn't have the quote at that time.
Okay, I got
It's
a
only
quote
10.
from that from a local contractor for $6,100. And he's gonna start in a couple of weeks. It's gonna be a metal roof. It's gonna be forest green color. Plus he'll replace all the wood underneath the sub-brooking and stuff. And so probably start in 2 weeks. The little project down at the Sacagawea Park, which I don't think anybody knew about. Me and my wife hired some people to come down and try to spruce that park up a little bit, and after 2 days of them working in the park plus cleaning the bricks, we decided we weren't making any progress. And so I took the liberty to get a landscaper to come in there, and we took out all of the high flowers that had been planted right up against the bricks that we were watering them, and plus the water was getting on the bricks, which was leaving all the white calcified material there. So we took them out and a lot of the other flowers and stuff and replanted them. Instead of going with sprinklers that spray on the flower beds, we went to individual sprinklers that go to each plant. And plus we took out those 2 rings around the trees that nothing had been planted in for several years and put sod in around them. And I think that's about it, and replanted it. And I think it was a little over $5,234, I think.
And they're shorter plants too, aren't they? So they don't fall.
Yeah, they don't, nothing should get over about this high. And except for the decorative grass, which we planted, that we hope it grows up and hides that electrical box in that one thing there. So there's that.
It looks nice, Steve.
Yeah, and actually the boys that we hired to clean that brick, we used muriatic acid, and they actually look a lot better. I'm thinking maybe next year that I would probably clean them one more time, because I still got about a gallon of muriatic acid. And it actually did clean them up real good. And I think with a year maybe without them getting sprinkled every day too, that it would help to get them cleaned up. But I drove by them today and looked, and they actually, you can see a heck of a difference in the color of the bricks and stuff already. Now the flower bed in front that we plant annually with the petunias or whatever, that bed there, we didn't do anything with because it doesn't really spray any water. It's got those little sprayers on. So that's where that money went from Parks Capital Improvement Fund.
Cool, thank you.
But I had a question on the Library Capital Improvement Fund at 8,000. Have all of the updates that they did been paid for?
We haven't got a refund from the SLIPA account, from the second draw. That's what I had you and Randy look at tonight. It'll be on the next agenda, but we're asking for almost 37,000 of their final draw to SLIPA to go back into their account.
That'll go back into that capital improvement. So it could be about 45,000.
Yeah, I think I have, on my estimate for the library capital bill, probably have about 27,000 because I have a few things that weren't in the SLIPA to do this year on the building too.
Okay.
So they wanted to replace like the carpet in that front entry area now that the new doors are there. So some little things they were gonna do this year, so they would end up with about 26,000 in their capital improvement account at the end of this fiscal year.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Randy.
And there's two big things, or a few big things that we're buying. We're hopefully gonna get a backhoe this year, which is about 165,000, and it's split between water, sewer, streets. We're taking some out of capital improvements for the future growth that we're gonna have. And then a 40,000 match for the long-range transportation plan if we get that grant. So those are kind of the two biggest things, other than our projects, that we're spending money on this year.
We received any estimates on the backhoe? Any?
No, Steve and Bob have both looked at them, but they haven't brought me anything to, but I know they were talking around 150,000, so I'll go to be safe.
We said earlier about the solar for the sewage. What fund would that be in?
Most of that would be out of the impact fees for sewer.
Oh, okay.
Because it would establish for growth.
Okay.
All of it can't come out of there, but a bigger portion of it would be out of there. I always budget about 350 out of the sewer in case something comes up that we can use the impact fees on. Water impact fees are being used for the backhoe and then the project, because that's all, a large portion of that is for growth. So a lot of what we're doing for the new well houses out there can be used out of impact fees for water. So our water impact fees will probably be down to 0, which is good. We need to spend them if we have them. But sewer, there's a big portion of that would come out of those impact fees for the solar. Which we'll have to start getting quotes on. We'll have to go out to bid because it's over 50,000. So we'll have to go out to bid and have specs and stuff and have everyone give us. But we did get some quotes last year to have an idea of what they were. And it was pretty close to that. Great West had it at 125,000, but I think 200 is a better possible, just with setting it all up and everything that it would take. But that should be done this year.
Any other questions?
I think this
Council?
year we spent 70,000 or 65,000 on Northwestern Energy Power for the sewer plant. Yeah.
Do they figure that the panels could reduce that by, have we got any?
I don't think we'll get down to 0, but I think we'll get pretty low. When we got the quotes from them, they didn't give me an exact estimate of how low it would go. Some of them were saying it would get us to net 0, but I don't know that that's going to be accurate. I think we'll still have to pay some, but it'll definitely reduce it.
Well, don't do you any good to get below net 0.
No.
No,
Well,
because
that
they don't
power,
buy that.
Northwest
They're just
Energy
gonna
makes
take
some
it.
money on that, yeah.
Now it's South Dakota.
Yep. So
Yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
They haven't bought any of my power admin, Gene. Not one lick of it.
Any other questions from the public? Do we have a motion to accept resolution number 55?
I'll make a resolution to accept resolution number 454, I believe it is, -225, a resolution of the Three Forks City Council adopting the budget for fiscal year 2025-2026.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. We will have a vote. George?
Yes.
Reagan?
yes.
Gene?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Garrett?
Yes.
And Roxy?
Yes.
Our next item is a public hearing and decision on fiscal year 2025 through 2026 salary resolution. City of Three Forks, resolution number 455, 2025, a resolution of the Three Forks City Council establishing wages and compensation for the appointed officers and employees for fiscal year 2025 through 2026. Whereas section 7-4-4201 MCA states that the municipalities council shall determine by ordinance or resolution the salaries and compensation of elected and appointed city officers and all city employees. Whereas the budget committee recommended at its meeting on June 3rd, 2025, a 4% increase for the position for city clerk, city treasurer, janitor, code enforcement, and public works. This excludes library employees, those still on probation and or promoted in the last 6 months. Whereas pursuant to ordinance number 1-7-1A through 1-7-1C, the mayor must either nominate with the consent of the council or appoint annually specific positions of the city clerk, city judge, and street superintendent, which is now included in the public works job description. Whereas new hires that are within the probationary period may be afforded a one-time pay increase after a performance review by their supervisor. Whereas pursuant to section 7-1-4127 MCA, the city clerk published the notice of this public hearing in the Bozeman Daily Chronicle on 7/22 and 8/5/2025, and the Belgrade News on 7/24 and 8/7/2025, and the Three Forks Voice on 7/30 and 8/6/2025, and then advertised the adoption of the final budget of this resolution in the Bozeman Daily Chronicle on 8/9 and 8/19/2025, and the Belgrade News on 8/14/2025, and in the Three Forks Voice on 8/13 and 8/20/25, as well as posted on the city's website, Facebook page, city hall window, and around towns at various physical locations, as is city policy. Now therefore be it resolved by the Three Forks City Council that the following gross wages be retroactively established effective July 1st, 2025. The individual appointed as elected city council members shall be compensated at the rate of $100 per meeting at which they are in attendance, a maximum of 2 meetings per month. The appointed or elected mayor shall be compensated a salary of $600 per month. The monthly salary of adopted city judge shall be $200 plus mileage to and from court. The adopted fire chief shall be paid an annual base salary of $2,000 net. The fire chief appointed was made at the 7/8/2025 council meeting. The present fire chief has over 30 years of fire department experience. The council approved a base salary increase of $2,000 annually based on 30 years of continual service. The total annual salary shall be $4,000 net. The Three Forks Rural Fire District reimburses half the salary. The appointed fire department secretary shall be paid an annual salary of $400 net. Appointment made at 7/8/2025 council meeting. City treasurer, zoning and floodplain official, city court clerk, and deputy court clerk shall be paid $33.70 per hour. The appointed city clerk, deputy treasurer, and deputy zoning floodplain official shall be paid a rate of $33.35 per hour. The code enforcement office assistant shall be paid a rate of $25.05 per hour. The appointed public works director and mobile equipment trainer shall be paid a rate of $41.50 per hour and additional compensation for public works listed below. The appointed public works operator shall be paid a rate of $36.35 per hour and additional compensation for public works listed below. The hourly wage includes a $2 per hour raise and the recommended 4%. Public works general labor shall be paid a rate of $24.05 per hour. Part-time public works street operator shall be paid $34.45 per hour. The janitor will be paid $21.85 per hour. First year wading pool attendance for summers 2025 through 2026 shall be minimum wage, and returning attendance shall be paid $12 per hour. The Three Forks Rodeo arena manager shall be paid a salary of $751.67 per month. Three Forks Rodeo executive secretary shall be paid a salary of $500 per month. Be it also resolved that Public Works employees shall also be allowed a minimum of 4 hours for on-call pay at the rate of $145 per day outside of regular business hours, including weekends and holidays. This current library director shall be paid $23 an hour. New hire library director shall be paid up to $21 an hour, or as determined by the library board, meeting held on 5/13/2025 in the odd posting in July of 2025. New hire library assistants will be paid $15 an hour. Experienced library assistants will be paid $16.50 an hour, or as determined by the library board, meeting held on 5/13/2025. The library assistant appointed to perform maintenance at the library will be paid $18 an hour, or as determined by the library board, meeting held on 5/13/2025, when performing maintenance duties. City council members, the mayor, city judge, and janitor shall receive compensation monthly, and all employees shall be paid semi-monthly, dated this 26th day of August 2025. Council, are there any questions on resolution 455?
Make a motion to accept resolution number 455-2025, a resolution of the Three Forks City Council establishing wages and compensation for the appointed officers and employees for fiscal year 2025-2026.
I'll second.
That has been moved and seconded. Are there any questions from the public at this time? Then we will have the vote. George?
Yes.
Reagan?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Garrett?
Yes.
And Roxy?
Yes.
Resolution 455 passes. Okay, our last resolution is a resolution to adopt an amended schedule to remove impact fees from the spreadsheet and append the spreadsheet with the adopted fees pursuant to resolution number 444/2025, and to edit the referenced ordinance in the appeal of the impact fee line. City of Three Forks, Montana, resolution number 456/2025, amending the fee schedule to remove the impact fees from the spreadsheet and append the spreadsheet with the adopted fees pursuant to the resolution number 444/2025, and to edit the referenced ordinance in the appeal as impact fee line. Oh, sorry. I thought you said something.
No.
Whereas in 2018, the city council adopted a fee schedule to simplify all fees that were already set in various ordinances or resolutions to one central location. Whereas ordinances have been updated, the city council has removed fees set within these laws and inserted a statement that fees will be set via resolution by the city council so that all fees do not have to be codified. The fee schedule is modified to reflect these fees as laws change. Whereas the city council adopted revised impact fees via resolution number 444/2025 on July 8th, 2025, which rescinded the former fees that are listed within the fee schedule. The new fees will be appended to the fee schedule. Whereas the city council also heard and adopted the ordinance number 406/2025 on July 8th, 2025, to amend the impact fee ordinance. The ordinances chapters are rearranged in the new version, so the appeal of the impact fee listed is the fee schedule needs the reference updated. Whereas in resolution number 418/2024, when the fee schedule was last updated, the legislature had not yet codified Senate Bill 528 regarding the additional dwelling unit application fee. It is now codified in 76-2-34-345-4 MCA, and this fees reference will be updated as well. Whereas the city clerk advertise this resolution per the requirements of section 7-4-4127 and section 7-14131 MCA by publishing the notice of this hearing in the Belgrade News on 8/14/2025, in the Belgrade Daily Chronicle, on the Bozeman Daily Chronicle, I'm sorry, on 8/9 and 8/19/2025, and in the Three Forks Voice on 8/13 and 8/20/25, on the city's website and Facebook pages, and posted it in various locations around the town. So proposed VC appendix reasoning resolution number 444/2025 adopted with fees. So, Kelly, can you explain this to us?
I'm gonna let Crystal explain it.
Crystal?
It's just, if you look at the exhibit, the highlighted things in yellow is what's changed, and so that's what will be out on the website and what we'll have in here. The impact fees, you know, we adopted all those, and there's a variety of different things in there now, so that is an exhibit to our fee schedule, so it's all in there separately, because it's based on, with the transportation now, it's based on square footage, there's all sorts of stuff, and just a flat fee, so that exhibit is in there, and then this was updated, so we're just saying see that appendix for impact fees, fixing that reference there, and referencing 76-2 of 345. It's suited in the past, so it said on hold in the old one.
Does the council have any questions?
So the water impact fee is gonna change?
Yeah, you already adopted that back in July.
Okay, and so that's why that's crossed out, and we're gonna put the new.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so the resolution is just crossed out so you can see what I'm changing, but if you look at that exhibit,
yeah,
yeah, then that one shows it more clearly.
okay.
Make a motion to approve resolution 456-2025, amending the fee schedule to remove impact fees from the spreadsheet and append the spreadsheet with the adopted fees pursuant to resolution 444-2025, and to edit the referenced ordinance in the appeal of impact fee line.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Does our public have any comment? Okay, then we will have the vote. George?
Yes.
Reagan?
Yes.
Jean?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Garrett?
Yes.
And Roxy?
Yes.
Resolution 456 has passed. Okay, our next item, report of officers. Crystal?
So behind the scenes, just so you guys know, once we do all the budget stuff, then we have to send the resolution for the mills to the county treasurer. She hasn't responded to anything that I've sent her all year, so I hope that she gets our mills right. And I still don't have the updated assessment documents like at the last when we did the SIDs for street maintenance 1, 2, and street lightings. I still don't have those updated exhibits. I don't know if I'll get them, but so we send that, and then we also have to put this big budget document together for the state, so we'll be working on that as well. And does the ordinance committee have a date in September we want to reschedule to talk about chickens and water deposits on counts?
Oh, yeah, anything's fine with me.
You're still busy training.
I think I can do anything except, like, are we doing the first week or the second?
Let me double check my both calendars this time, so I don't double schedule us. Yeah, next week looks pretty good other than the holiday.
Yeah.
There's no,
I'm pretty sure next week.
like Tuesday would work, Wednesday would work.
Yeah.
Tuesday, we have a
Tuesday.
mitigation meeting.
Oh, I don't have that written down.
I could do Thursday
You mean in the evening? You
in
mean
the evening, yeah, like 5:45
That would be fine.
on Thursday.
Thursday?
Thursday the 4th at 5:45?
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to give you a heads up, you'll probably have a lot of people at that meeting.
5:45.
Okay.
A what?
You'll probably have a lot of people at that meeting.
Okay.
No, it's not about chickens, actually. One of the landlords did not call and ask any questions, but sent a terrifying email to all their tenants that if we do this, they're gonna raise their rates by $150 and that we don't like renters in Three Forks. And that is not, so several have called here and asked questions, and we said we have $11,000 on the books. We spend 4 to 7 hours every month changing over rental accounts, and we're trying to free up some of our time, staff time, by leaving it in the landlord's name. You could still pay it, you could get an email to you. There's a
Yeah.
variety of ways we could get to the end and to get these off our books. And we are talking about getting them off our books tomorrow.
Right.
Kelly said, after the last meeting, Kelly and I chatted a little bit, and she said, they might have to rewrite leases, that's gonna take time, maybe they'll wanna wait until it expires next November, or whatever, and they can rewrite it at that time. So give them a whole year and a half or so to fade it out, but at some point have an end date. So I've explained that to probably 6 renters, commented on Facebook, because there was a lot of comments asking what was going on our post about the hearing and why we were canceling it. And I said, I double booked. It wasn't because we were scared of everybody coming into the meetings. So yeah, we'll see how many people come in.
So we've had a couple letters written, just, and the tenants and people that have heard about it have asked questions, but the actual landlord hasn't asked any questions and is doing very much to scare all the tenants.
Very kind.
And if she follows through with some of what she said, it's unreal. I mean, it's beyond your minds of what someone would do.
And if that's the case, like, we don't want to hurt the tenants in town either. We'll just deal with it. We'll just keep doing what we're doing or something. But we wanted to talk about it and say, here's all these different avenues we can go. Not that we're going down this one tomorrow, but that's what was explained to all the tenants.
Anything else, Crystal?
Go ahead.
I'm just curious, you guys have a lot of problem with unpaid bills when tenants move out and then?
Yeah, usually, they're less than $20 or something after we apply a deposit, and the landlord is ultimately responsible for the bill anyways. The property owner is responsible for the bill, but they can let it sit there for, let's say you move out in September. You say you move out in September, I can only send what's past due on our books on June 30th to the property owner and say that I'm going to file a lien, because we have to hold a public hearing to file the resolution to send the lien to the county treasurer and get it on the tax bill. So that takes time. So we only have an opportunity to do that once. So they can let it sit there for 9-10 months.
And all the lien is a writing on their deed, really. It doesn't
Yeah, and they
guarantee
don't
a
have,
payment.
no, I put it on their taxes. I get paid usually within the next year.
If they pay their property taxes,
Yeah.
they pay it.
Yeah.
But that happens. I mean, it happens throughout the year, but I would
So-
say the majority of tenants that move out and stiff us is usually $13 or something like that.
Yeah,
Unless they were already on the shut off list, but
a lot of administrative costs to get back.
yeah,
to
exactly, it's a lot of our wasted time and changing them over when
Yeah,
a tenant moves out and you put it in the landlord's name and they said, well, so-and-so moved in 30 days ago. I'm like, well, nobody came in, and now I'm trying to transfer back and forth all this money and take off late fees and whatever.
yeah.
It's pain, it's a
Interesting.
pain, it's added time.
Anything else, Crystal?
No thank
Kelly?
No, just wanted to give you a heads up.
Our next item is report from council committees, if any. Gene?
The budget committee did meet in August, actually the 18th. And everything that was said tonight was at our committee meeting. So I mean, the stuff that we went over tonight was part of our reports. I don't think there's any reason for me to expand on it, so.
Thank you, Gene. Any other council committees? None? Unfinished business? Kelly, how are we doing with flood mitigation?
They hit the 60% of the plans. They're gonna put stakes in the ground next week and go out with the Buttlemans and Leo and show them where they're planning on putting the channel in. So they're at that point where Jeremiah's gonna meet with them each and show them where it's gonna be. We've got a meeting with the Buttlemans to come in on the 4th before their meeting with Jeremiah, so we can kind of start the talks of their easement and the cost of it. So it's still moving along.
Stakes in the ground though. That's
Yeah, to make sure they're okay.
Let's start
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah,
That's awesome.
they've got where they want it to go, and they just need the Buttlemans and Leo Lane to say, okay, we're good with that.
Cows will have them all knocked down.
Probably.
Kelly, what time's that meeting with the Buttermans?
They're at two different times. Oh, the meet in here with Bettlemans?
Yeah.
They said they'd come before they meet Jeremiah, so sometime before 11 on Thursday. They didn't give us an exact time. They just said they'd stop in here before they meet with Jeremiah.
Oh, okay. All right, water project update, I think report.
They met again out on site today, so we didn't get to the eavesdrop on the construction meeting. They have a construction meeting every Tuesday at 10 in here. But half the time they do meet on site, and that's what they've done the last couple of weeks. We've had a few complaints from property owners about them not cleaning up, you know, the way they've left the road, like sweeping in dirt or oil spilled and things like that. All that's been recorded, and damage that is left, you know, reported to us so that we can get it out there. Like, someone on Third said that there was a piece of concrete, they replaced one, but when they moved when they had cut that out for the service line, it made this one sink, and they wanted to know if they could come and fix that slab, and so they're gonna do that too, just if there's anything out, but they're almost done. At least with the main project, and O'Keefe's on site right now.
Good.
Putting in the screens, is that right, Kelly?
Yeah.
Installing the screens and the.
There's
the wells,
screens
so.
and seals, stuff he has to do.
And the well house is being built, being constructed. And
Yeah,
it'll be
Steve
poured
has
on
the,
Friday.
Steve and Bill, Bob, Anthony, they have the foundation in.
Concrete's being poured Friday.
For the
And
wells.
they have the forms coming in, and so that's being done. There's a lot of pipe in the ground out there, so we're gaining. Any questions about the water? Anybody?
I see they were walking the streets today, Steve and the engineer and the contractor. There was 5 of them. And
Yeah, that's their project meeting on site.
Okay, new business. Are there any public comments and concerns? None? Okay, thank you. Mayor and council announcements. As you can see, we got a new sign for the front of the building, which looks nice. And Jacob Sabina did that. So that'll be going up soon.
It's up there in front of the chairs right now.
Right here.
Okay.
And Kelly and Crystal, question now, these other numbers, they're gonna go up there too?
Not the other, it's not numbers, it's white City Hall.
Oh,
So
City
we have
Hall.
new City Hall. It's not wood.
Oh, it's gonna be City Hall.
It's gonna look
above
almost
that.
exactly like it's there. And then this will go between the City Hall and the door.
Oh, okay.
Or that red 206 that's like this big is there now. That's gonna go in it.
That sign, Gene's been up there forever, hasn't it? The outside.
yeah, I remember when they put the brick up on the building facing. Probably back in the 70s or early 80s. I think I was about 10 when they did it.
The woods.
Has it been hard to remember since your birthday?
The wood's a little bit,
It's hard to believe I'm that much older than him.
yeah. The woods seen better days that's out there.
It has, and I mean, the front of the building was redone by actually George and Tom Canna and Scott Kelzer helped him, and you know, it was a donated thing, and it was actually a project of Mayor Heatner at the time, and so Jack was the mayor in about 1980 to 82, so that's about when it was done.
Well, this is very heavy, so we're hoping it doesn't pull the wall over, but he did a really good job. I think it looks really good.
Crystal, you're supposed to say it's not gonna happen.
It's not, but you can carry it over there. It's not gonna pull the wall, it's not gonna pull the wall
I know.
down.
It's
And
gonna pull the wall down, it would have fallen down before now.
Yeah.
also, I would like to thank our city staff for all the work they do on this budget process and taking care of me with the agenda and getting everybody's ready for the meeting, so I appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Garrett?
Last council meeting, I was asked about the homeless to housed or
Yeah.
project from the HRDC. I reached out to Heather Grenier. I haven't heard back from her, but I went through all of my old emails. That meeting happens every third Thursday at 3 p.m. Digitally. And I'm not able to make that meeting with my schedule. I wasn't able to find any list of like what a person would need to do if they were on that committee. But I'm hoping to get some more clarification from Heather and bring that information back to the council.
Thank you. Will you copy me on that too when you find out? Because maybe if it can't be any of you guys as elected officials, doesn't work out at all, maybe there's some other Three Forks representative somehow that could attend, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a digital meeting though, so that makes it a little bit more flexible. But my Zoom call out in the field is a little sketchy.
Any other announcements? Okay. Then for our meeting on September 9th, we had a presentation of the Clean Indoor Air Act, a public hearing and decision and resolution for canceling the contest of expired and unexpired council member seats, and possibly first readings of a few zoning rewrite chapters.
And we'll also have a public hearing and presentation on the wastewater preliminary engineering report.
Oh, that's right. Yes. So at this time, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, Roxy. I was gonna have you.